Beginners have the most difficulty with product research. The most critical part of product research isn't finding niches and product ideas, but in how to actually analyze the data in order to verify if the niche meets all the necessary criteria. And so what most beginners will do is ask for a second opinion by sharing screenshots of the market data. So in this video, I'm going to do something a bit different than my normal video format. I'm going to go through a few actual posts made by members of my community and explain my thought process so that you can see what goes on through my mind and how I analyze the data. But first, my name is Crescent, and this is our first time meeting. Welcome to my channel. My passion is sharing tips and strategies on how you can create a successful Amazon FBA private label business. So if you enjoy videos like this, or especially if you've been around my channel, consider subscribing. All right, let's get started. All right, so before we begin, if you're wondering where you can post your screenshots of the market data for your product ideas, you can post it in my Facebook group, Amazon FBA Beginner Mastery, or in our community forums here, AmazonBeginnerMastery.com. And I'll leave links to both of these in the video description. There's actually a specific forum here called Product Research Review for you to post your screenshots. Now, I answer every single post and question, and there's tons of valuable, rich content in both communities. So if you haven't joined already, you should. All right, let's get started. Let's go back to the Facebook group and let's take a look at some posts from our members. And here's one here from Sarah Jane. I'm only a few days into product research, and anyone care to comment? So let's take a look. And the first thing you want to do when I analyze niches is you want to make sure that the main three criteria are met, and that's the price point, the sales velocity, and the number of reviews. So for the price, you want to make sure that the minimum is $15 or higher. And the reason is because you want to make sure there's enough profit for you to make. The whole idea of getting into this business is to make money. And so anything less than $15 leaves you a very slim margin on what you can make for profit, because Amazon is going to take fees, which is usually around $5 to $6 for a small sized product. All right. And so if your unit costs are around $5 or $6 as well, that means there's only $5 or $6 left in profit for you to make. So if the price point is less than $15, you only have a few dollars left for profit. So it might not be worth your time, okay? And for sales velocity, you want to aim for around 250 units or more. And that's because if you're aiming for example, $3,000 profit per month, and you're making $10 per unit, then you need to sell at least 300 units a month to hit your $3,000 profit target per month, right? So you want to make sure the average sales velocity for that niche is at least 250 and higher so that you can hit those profit margins, okay? And then for the competition, you want to make sure that 7 out of the top 10 listings have less than 75 reviews. So let's take a look at what Sarah has here. And you can see the price point here is definitely above $15. And then the sales velocity here is looking like it's more than 250, so that's good. And then the number of reviews, you can count them here, 1, 2, 3 are higher than 75, so that's also good. Now, one thing I want to point out is for the average price and the sales velocity, you don't actually want to look at the average, for example, this average price here. You want to scan it by eye and make sure that the majority of them are over $15 and the majority of the sales velocity is above 250. Now, the reason is because the average can be thrown off if 1 or 2 listings have really high or really low numbers, right? But the number you really want to look at is the median. And that's where you have a midpoint, and there's an even number of data points above and an even number of data points below. And that's different than an average. And since that number isn't available for you in these product research tools, you want to scan it by eye and not rely on the average that's given to you up here. Okay, so this is a pretty good niche, and I think I might have responded to this one already. I probably responded to most of these, so it looks decent. Would like to see the entire list. Okay, so let's move on. All right, so Ale Almaraki, I'm sorry if I'm butchering your names here. Okay, any thoughts will be appreciated. So let's take a look at what Ale has here. And the price point here looks pretty good, $15 or higher. And then you want to look at the sales. Sales looks really good here, all right? Majority of these are doing 250 units and higher, which is good. And the number of reviews looks good as well, okay? And might have responded to it here, looks good. Is this a new niche, right? Take a look here. So this product research tool is the AMZ Scout product research tool, Chrome extension. And what's great about this tool is that it actually gives you the listing date, when this listing started selling. And you can see here, most of these started selling at the end of last year, 2018. And so what worries me is that is market saturation. And you can tell that by the influx of new sellers. But in this case, since all of these are new listings, it leads me to believe that it's a new niche. And then the problem with a new niche is it could be a fad or a trendy item. And I tend to stay away from these because generally only the early sellers make money. Once it gets onto people's radar, it gets flooded by a whole bunch of new sellers, and that drives the price down to the point where nobody makes any money. So you want to be careful with new niches, okay? They're not fads and trends. So let's move on. And Keith B. Dixon, on the fence with this one. Let's see here. So the price point here looks on the low side. You can see these are above $15, but all these ones are below it. So be careful on that. And then the monthly sales is okay. And the reviews, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is borderline too competitive, okay? And I can see here the price looks good. Price looks low and borderline competitive. All right. So again, make sure that the price point is above $15. And so you want to see the majority of them over $15. Okay. Next. Another one by Keith B. Dixon. Again, the price point is better on this one, which is great. Monthly sales looks inconsistent. And inconsistent means majority of them aren't doing the 250 units or more, right? You can see here, some are, some aren't, and it's sporadic. So you want to look for consistency. And then the reviews, again, borderline competitive, okay? Here's over 75, over 75, over 75, okay? So again, don't look at an average, you want to actually count these, all right? And here, I said inconsistent sales, okay? Let's move on. Banks Brianna. Hey guys, what are your thoughts on this product? Let's take a look. Let's see here. The price looks okay. And the sales looks, well, it's not bad. And let's see here. Reviews looks like it's borderline competitive on this one. Okay, you can see here I said borderline competitive. All right, so you're going to be careful on these. It'll require a little more analysis to make a final decision. So since I don't know what the product is, I can't give any more advice on this one. So let's move on. Misa Rai, what do you guys think? All right, let's see here. The price looks really good. Looks like it's a higher end product. And then the sales looks pretty good. And the number of reviews, 1, 2, 3, looks pretty good. Okay, and I can see here it looks good. So the benefit here also, because if this is a higher end product, generally the price per unit is going to be higher too. But higher end products will generally have higher profit margins, which is good. And on that same note is because of the profit margin is more, you don't have to sell as many units. You can aim for a slightly lower sales velocity, right? So if you're aiming for 3,000 units per month and suddenly your price, your profit margin is not $10, but $15 or $20, then you don't need to sell 300 units per month, right? Does that make sense? Now, if you have any questions or you want more info on how to calculate your profits and fees, I have a video on that. I'll leave a link to it up here. Oh, and one more thing, to find products that other people aren't looking for, a great way is to look for higher end products too. Most beginners have a smaller budget, so they're looking for products in the $15 to $25 range. So if you look for products that are higher, such as this one, then you're going to see products that no one else is finding. Matthew Bellinger. Hi everyone, and Mr. Crescent KO, I need your opinion on this product. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, right off the bat, I'm seeing here that this is not in the organically ranked order. Matthew here has sorted it by the BSR, and this is a huge mistake that some beginners make, and you don't want to analyze niches in any sort order other than their organically ranked order, okay? And that's because when you launch your product, you're competing with the top listings in their organically ranked order, right? So these listings in this order aren't necessarily the ones that you'll be directly competing with, okay? So don't analyze niches like this. Leave them in their organically sorted order, and have a video which I actually shared right here. Do not sort the listings. You must analyze the niche with the listings in their organically ranked order, and have a video talking about this topic here, okay? Let's move on. Let's see, what do we have? Wowie Lebanet Cortez. Hello, kindly help me, whatever. Okay, let's take a look. Price is good. Monthly sales is really good. But the reviews, it's way too competitive. Okay, so as you get better and have more experience analyzing data, you should be able to look at these, and at a glance, like within seconds here, I was able to make a determination if this is good or not. Okay, you can see right away, price was good, sales was good, but reviews is way too high. Remember, 7 out of the top 10 have to have less than 75 reviews. Okay, way too competitive. I suggest you watch this video. Okay, next. Bayco. How do you feel about this? My aim is 3,000 profit per month. I can buy it for $2 to $3. I guess I need to sell around 300 to 400 per month. Okay, so it sounds like Bayco has done their planning, which is great. Always do your planning ahead of time so you know what numbers you're looking for. Okay, so let's take a look. Price point looks good. Monthly sales looks like it drops. It's not consistent. It starts off good and then it falls off. All right, and the reviews looks good. All right, sales drops off too quickly. Make sure it's consistently the same or higher than your minimum all the way down. All right, let's move on. Edgar Mendoza. Can you guys comment on this one? The product price is $5. So let's take a look. Okay, price point looks like it's right at the cusp of $15 and higher. Monthly sales isn't too bad, looks good. And the reviews looks good, okay? But what caught my attention here is Edgar says the product price is $5. Now, I don't know what he means by that. If it's the unit price, then that doesn't include the landed cost, right? The landed cost means including the shipping and duties and stuff like that. So you got to remember, since this price point is right at the cusp of $15, if the landed costs with the shipping is more than $5, then with the Amazon fees, there's not much money for Edgar to make and profit, okay? So a good estimate, if the product is $5, it's probably gonna cost around $5 per unit to ship it as well, is a good way to estimate it. And even if it's not, if it's another $2 to ship it, suddenly his cost is $7 plus the FBA fees of $5 or $6, only leaves Edgar a couple dollars in profit, right? So it's not really worth your time. Make sure that there's enough profit margin there, which I suggest is around $5 or more, okay? And I think I responded to this. Sales is okay. Unit cost is way too high, all right? Let's move on. Manuel Heck. I'm currently starting my first private label in Germany. Okay, so the UK market. Let's take a look. Price point is good. Looks like it's a higher end product. Monthly sales is inconsistent. Okay, you can see here that it's high and then low and then high and then low. Reviews looks good. Okay, inconsistent sales. Did I respond to this one? I did not. Again, make sure all of the criteria pass, okay? And in this case, in the UK market, there's definitely not as much volume in other markets other than the US. The US market is the biggest Amazon marketplace. So you can't expect the niches in other marketplaces to have as much sales volume. But again, because of the higher price point, the profit margin is probably higher. You don't need as much monthly sales. But again, it still needs to be consistent. Okay? Moving on. K. Ahmed Dare. Hello guys, can you please check for me if this is the right product? Let's take a look. Price looks good. Sales falls. Okay, it's inconsistent and it falls off pretty quickly here. The number of reviews, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, not bad, okay, for competition. Sales is way too inconsistent. All right, let's move on. Daniel Shelby. Hello, I'm looking for my first product. Found this one. Here are 3 screenshots of 3 main keywords. Okay, so right away off the bat, you want to make sure you're doing product research using the shortest and most relevant keywords for your niche, okay? Daniel here is using 3 keywords. You don't want to do that. You want to pick the one that's the most relevant and analyze the data based on that keyword phrase. If you choose the wrong keyword phrase, for example, a longer tail one, it could potentially show you inaccurate data. So what might be too competitive using the correct data will suddenly look not as competitive, and it might look like a good product. And the problem here is because people post screenshots with this stuff redacted out, I don't know what the niche is and what keyword you used, so people can't point out if you've made a mistake and used the wrong keyword. All right, it's very important that you use the right keyword phrase. So I have a video on this, which I'll post a link to over here, that goes over choosing the correct broadest keyword phrase and why it's important and examples of why it makes a huge difference, okay? So let's take a look real quick though. Price point looks good. Monthly sales isn't too bad. And the reviews is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, it's borderline too competitive. Let's take a look over here. The second one, price point is good. Sales is good. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4, it's too competitive. And then the last one here. See, different keywords is probably going to show you the same results for the price and the sales, which it does, but it can show you different results for the reviews because of how long tail you made that keyword phrase or how relevant that keyword phrase is. Okay, moving on. Vanessa Suisa Elbaz. Hi everyone, Happy New Year. First time doing product research. Okay, let's take a look. Right away, price is way too low. Okay, this is even less than $10. And the problem here is products that are usually $9.99 or less, depending on the category, will become an add-on item. And the issue with that is people can't buy your product unless they buy another product where their shopping cart is $25 or more, then they can add your item to their shopping cart. Okay, so you don't want to do that. You want to make sure the price point is at least $9.99 or more, so you don't have to buy other products to buy your product. All right, and again, you want to make sure it's $15 and higher, so there's at least some profit there. All right, and so let's take a look at the reviews. And again, it's too competitive. 1, 2, 3, 4 are over 25 or over 75 reviews. Okay, so bad product. Let's look at this one. Okay, again, the price is higher on this one, but it's still less than $9.99. Looks like the average price here is less than $9.99. Okay, and the reviews is even more competitive. All right, bad product. I'm pretty sure that's what I said here. Price is too low, sales is too low. All right, now let's do one more. Hey folks, help me with comments, guys. You're Listen Farias. 100 sales monthly goal. Okay, so price point looks good. Monthly sales. Well, if your Listen is aiming for 100 units per month, this one definitely hits that. Okay, and then the reviews looks good. Okay, so if this is his target, then this is a really good niche. Now, if you're just starting your Amazon journey and you're wondering what type of software that these members have been using, this is the Jungle Scout Chrome extension, and the other one is the AMZ Scout Chrome extension. Now, in order to do product research quickly and efficiently, you need to have at least a Chrome extension to help you analyze the niches like I've shown in this video. Now, I'll leave links to Jungle Scout and the AMZ Scout Chrome extension in the video description, and they both have trial periods for you to use. And I also managed to get my community discounts for both products. So if you do decide to upgrade, make sure you take advantage of these coupons. All right. If you enjoyed this video and this format of analyzing product research, let me know in the comments. I'm actually considering starting a new weekly live stream where I'll analyze your product ideas and screenshots. I'm thinking of calling it Find It Fridays. And of course, if you can't tell from the name, it'll be on Fridays. So let me know what your thoughts are, and if there's enough interest, I'll start doing these live streams and we can interact in real time to go over your submissions. So basically, if you want your product idea analyzed on the live stream, post a screenshot in the Find It Friday discussion forum, and instead of me posting a quick comment on it, I'll discuss your submissions on the live stream every week. All right? Thanks for watching. If you found value in this video, you know what to do. Hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And to make sure you never miss a video, click that bell icon to turn on notifications. There's also a link in the video description to our community forums, which you should totally join. And if you're looking for more tips and strategy videos, click or tap over here. And as always, thanks for watching.